exhale, fold forward down. You have to bring your abdomen to the thigh. So for reaching the abdomen, with the abdomen to the thigh, always first start with the bended knee. You can micro bend the knee or you can bend the knee according to your comfort, according to your need. So first of all, the final position is resting the palm down on the ground. Actually, the palm should be resting next to the feet, slightly back. Palms. Yes. Now, if you are not comfortable doing like this, so what you can do, hold your ankle. Ankle pakdiye apni, piche se, back side. Yes. Now, keep your knee bended. Lift, knee bend the knee more. Yes. Lift the chest. Yes. Now abdomen to the thigh. Yes. Lengthen. So you have to lengthen your back, roll your head down, and final drishti here is tip of the nose. This is the second position. Now in the third position, use your fingertips. Inhale, lift your chest up. Yes.
Can you, instead of putting your hands like that,
Yes.
Oh.
So if you want to go more up, if you're feeling that you're not able to lengthen your back that much, you can always come up, but don't place your hand on the knee. We never push the joints, okay? We never put the pressure on the joints. So you can place your hands on the shin and then you can lengthen your back. The drishti here which is given is the third eye point. So instead of compressing your back of the neck, you just look forward somewhere to the floor, still to the floor, okay? That will be more comfortable. But if you can lift your head slightly more up, okay? It's up to you.
We can keep our hands like this also?
Yes, but you will not feel the length on the back then. So it's better to use the fingertips. Okay? And also rather than leaning to the back side, you lean slightly forward. आगे की तरफ भी खींचेंगे अपनी body को. Yes. Now from here, place your palm down, exhale, go back to Chaturanga Dandasana, lower plank. So from the high plank, you go down, okay? So relax. नीचे जाओ पूरा. So in Chaturanga Dandasana, your shoulder should be in line with the elbow and your elbow should be in line with the wrist. Means this forearm is perpendicular and the upper arm is parallel to the ground. That is the ideal position of Chaturanga. Your elbows are clipping into the body, means your elbow should not going wide like this. It should be closer to your body, okay? Your toes are tucked in, your heel is pointing up to the ceiling. Neck will be completely relaxed, means your head, neck, back should be in a straight line. Drishti is again tip of the nose. So you don't have to lift your head up like this. You just neutral your head and you can look down somewhere on the floor. Okay, that is the position of Chaturanga. In case if you are not able to do Chaturanga, as I told you, you drop the knee down first and then try to maintain your body in a straight line. Go again in Chaturanga. First go to the plank. Yes. Open your feet. Feet should be open. Now go to Chaturanga. Lean slightly forward. Yes. Now from here, inhale. Upward facing dog. Next position. So in the upward facing dog, you have to press the center of the feet on the ground and then you are lifting your knees, thighs off the ground like this. Okay. Rolling the shoulders back and down as much as possible and pushing yourself upwards. So we are not pushing ourselves backwards. It's actually lengthening. We are going towards the ceiling up. You can lift your head slightly up, chin slightly and look up somewhere to the ceiling, or if you're not comfortable, just look forward.
So we are not doing like...
No.
Okay.
Length, with the length, you can go this much. Otherwise, you can keep your head straight.
Yes.
Okay. Spread your fingers out. Your feet is still open. Now, one common mistake. Relax. Huh?
It's vibrating.
The one common mistake which I have seen.
It's vibration from pranayama.
Yeah.
See, the one thing is your feet should not going out like this. Okay. So what is happening? Your body weight is not shifting to the front. As I told you, this front part, the center part you have to press. If you go like this, this is not the correct position. Okay. The second thing is, the second common mistake is going on the toes like this. No. This. Don't press your toes like this in the upward facing dog position. Yes. Otherwise, you will feel a lot of weight on the toes and after a while your toes start getting hurting. Your toes getting hurt. Okay. So this is not the position. From here, you have to roll it and press it from here. So what you are trying to do, you are trying to bring your ankles towards the ground, although there will be the gap, okay, but it's just the indication. Okay, you have to press the whole foot flat on the ground. this part completely on the ground, and as much as possible stretch it back with the plantar flexion, right? So this is the position of upward facing dog. Now from here, tuck in your toes. No, wait. Relax down. Just downward facing dog. Tuck. इसको अंदर करो.
Normally I do like this
हाँ.
and then I go like that.
Acha, okay. Then you go to the downward facing dog. Again, your feet should be open according to the hips. थोड़े से और hips को open करिए. हाँ. Your feet should be parallel to each other. So bring the feet parallel. Turn the heel slightly. Yes, to the sideways. Okay. Open your hands apart. Fingers apart. Right. Now from here, if someone feeling a lot of pressure on the wrist, okay, especially the inner side. So the ideal position which we are following is your middle finger pointing forward, but you can also turn it slightly like this out. Yes, so that your index finger this time is pointing forward. If you see that many people are doing like this way, okay, instead of middle finger you are placing your index finger pointing forward, means turning the palm slightly out. That will help to actually minimize the pressure from the inner side of the wrist. So even if you are doing like this, this is also correct way, okay. And if you are comfortable with this one, the middle finger pointing forward, so you follow this one, right? Now from here, what is the alignment of this posture? You have to keep pushing your buttocks upwards and backwards. Suppose, for example, if someone is having high arch on the, not high arch, sorry, if anyone is having the hunch on the back while doing the downward facing dog and their body is leaning forward, आगे की तरफ lean करो. Yes, the posture looks like this. So what you will suggest them, bend the knee को bend करो. Yes, just not too much. Just bend the knee and just first you try to push your abdomen to the thigh. Bend the knee, abdomen, yes, abdomen to the thigh. So that will help to straighten the back. Then secondly, once you are comfortable here, without disturbing this position of the back, you start lift from the tailbone. So keep pushing your buttocks up, and the final, very last goal is to rest the heel on the ground. Even if you are not able to rest the heel on the ground throughout the posture, that is completely fine. That is very last, when you are completely, your back is straight, your shoulders are relaxed, rolling slightly externally, this part is completely neutral, lengthening the sides evenly, and you are able to stretch, push your tailbone upwards and backwards at the same time, feeling the weight from the hands towards the leg as well. Then only you can just press the heel down on the floor. Yes.
We can also make these adjustments during the practice, right?
Yes, that is the adjustment.
Stand on hands.
Yes, that is the adjustment in the downward facing dog. If you are adjusting someone, so from here I'll place the hand. Never place the hand on the spine. See, this is very wrong thing. If someone is adjusting like this is not the way, because we never press the spine. We never, even if you do the massage on the spine, we don't press the spine. We go just next to the spine and then do this massage. Okay, so from here you place your hand like this and spine is completely free here, and I'll lean towards him. So I'm putting my body weight towards him. So it's getting the, he's getting the indication. Okay, so you are not pushing them back down. See, this is not the action. What I am doing, I am pushing him upwards and then backwards. So it's like lifted action. So automatically he get to know what he has to do, and he start pushing with his own buttocks as well. Right? Now after holding here for 5 breaths, okay, drishti here. Drishti is, ideal drishti as I told you is the navel center. But in the beginning you just look to the back side in between your both the legs or the tip of the nose. Okay, if you want to follow the final drishti, from here just turn the head slightly in, not too much, because if you push the head too much in, this starts to hunch. Okay, chin towards the chest, and that's it. Look somewhere where you are able to look and imagine your navel. Holding for 5 breaths. After 5 breaths, bend the knee, look front, jump or step, half forward, use the fingertips. Yes, then exhale, full forward. But in this position also, don't compress with the shoulder, elbow, yes. Okay, and don't hunch the back too much, just relax the head. Yes, and now inhale, raise your arms up, and exhale, Samasthiti. So this is the steps of sun salutation A. Okay, any confusion, any doubt? Yes.
When you raise the hands up, don't arch the back, right?
Yes, don't arch the back. If you're making the arch, you have to minimize
I
it.
was arching.
Yes,
Okay.
at the end.